Good morning students. Today in this lecture we will be discussing about yet another application of the satellite communication, the Global Position Satellite System, shortly called as the GPS. So this GPS is mainly used for navigation or position finding applications. So with this we can accurately determine the real-time positioning of any person or a place, or we can even have a navigation purposes. So with the GPS receiver with our hand we can go from any place. It can direct us to go from one place to other place, and even we can sit from one place and track the vehicles or any other thing in that. And there are a variety of applications. Many countries provide their own navigation systems like GPS, GLONASS, etc. And India even is in the process of having its own navigational satellite system, IRNSS, and it is called in the name of NAVIC, Indian Navigational with Indian Constellation. There are about 7 satellites being launched starting from 2013, and so it will be in operation shortly. And the most widely used one is the GPS by Navstar, which is a US based one, and we'll be discussing about this in this lecture. Till date we are using this GPS by Navstar, and this is a constellation of about 24 satellites orbiting in about 6 orbits, which are near circular orbits, and 4 satellites in each of these orbits with an altitude of about 20,000 kilometers. So the ascending nodes of these orbits are separated by about 60 degrees, and the inclination of each orbit is about 55 degrees. So the satellites are not spaced equally. They are randomly placed in these orbits and are used to give information to the observer. So there are 3 components in the GPS. So there are 3 main components. One is the space segment, which is the satellite, which is giving information. So this will have two-way communication between the control station. The control station will monitor the health of the satellites, the timing information, its orbital elements. All these things will be observed from this this control segment, and it will be given to the satellite. And their main master control station is in the picture, you can see. So there are various monitoring stations which are separated around the earth. So they will send information. Bidirectional signals will be sent and received from the satellite from this control segment. And the user segment has only access to the signals, so it will have only the receiver element placed in that. And satellite signals will be received by the receiver. It need not have a transmitting element. Next we will see how this GPS works. So the receiver needs information from 4 satellites simultaneously to predict the latitude, longitude and altitude, that is the position of the receiver. So 3 satellites ranges should be needed, and 4th satellite information is for timing one. The GPS receiver will measure the time, and from that the propagation delay can be calculated, and from the orbital elements which are being sent from the satellite, the range and hence the position of each of the satellite can be determined. Knowing the position and the time delay, the accurate position of the receiver can be calculated. The position of 3 satellites and the measured range to each will determine the coordinates of the observer. And there can be differences in these things. So there can be errors if the satellites are placed very close to each other. The range information may be a slightly different. It may not be an accurate one. So this will be given by the dilution of precision. If the range errors are, it will be magnified by this geometric effect. So this is called as the dilution of precision. And to have a correction for this, so there is a factor known as the position dilution of precision factor. So this will be multiplied to get the accurate one. So the satellites will be placed in such a way that to have this factor less than 6 for most of the time. And this time information. So time information is very important in calculating this one. So this is because of two factors. First one, the orbital parameters are associated with time, with a particular time for each satellite. So there will be a standard clock that is maintained by the US Naval Observatory, and this is known as the GPS time. So also each of the satellite will be carrying its own atomic clock. The time difference, if there is any time difference, so the satellite time will not be corrected, but this error information will be sent to the satellite. So this information will be in turn transmitted to the receiver. So the GPS receiver or the observer will get this information and have this error being calculated in its own calculations. Second one, so we need to know the time at which the transmissions are starting from the, at what time the transmissions are starting from the satellite. So for this also the timing information is needed, and so this will be noted, but this again needs a trick, it's a complicated thing. So a continuous wave carrier signal will be transmitted by the satellite, and that will be decoded in the receiver to get the error information and the timing information. So any time difference can be calculated and this error can be corrected in the receiver side. Suppose if you want to have a very exact calculation. So in all these calculations we will be having the velocity of the signal to be c, but in some cases as the signal is passing through the atmosphere and ionosphere, the velocity may slightly differ. So in such cases there may be differences in the calculation of the time. So time error may happen and also range errors may happen. So if these range errors are not tolerable, so if you want to have a very accurate result, then in that case differential GPS can be used. So this is another one, so which has two receivers. One will be in the known position, the other will be the unknown. So known position, which we call it as the reference. So in this one, so exact differential errors can be calculated and these error information can be sent to the unknown receiver. So that receiver can automatically adjust itself to calculate the exact timings. So from this, so time and error information can be reduced and accurate position can be predicted from this one. So this is how a GPS works, and you can have more information of how a GPS works from this website. I have taken this YouTube and I have referred this, and thank you for listening to this lecture.